YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with yet another Washington football team video, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about how Dwayne Haskins' time as the Washington football team quarterback is now ticking. He's officially on the clock as the starting quarterback, and also how Kyle Allen taking over is not going to change anything. It's still going to be the same team. So, without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, in this case our Washington football team. And let's get straight into today's video. Roll the intro, baby. We are Washington. Let's get it. Where all my Washington fans at? Y'all the Washington football team. How do you expect to be good, man? Y'all are trash. 3-13 yet again. Blah, blah, blah. Listen. We Washington. Chase him with the sack, rush him down. Feel like I'm sick every time he get the ball. You know it's a touchdown. Who that out wide? Make Lawrence 17. You know that he's scoring. It's right off the edge. He's stopping the run. This defense is crazy. It's number one. Look at Trash, the way that he punt. You get it? We Washington, man, we Washington. The first thing I want to talk about is how Ron Rivera addressed that there is a cutoff point for Dwayne Haskins Jr. if he continues to play bad. So I have a soundbite from the NBC Sports show with Sharon Williams and Mike Florico, if I said that right. So here you go. Take a listen.
There is. I mean, again, and you brought up the point, and it's a very good point, is that there are guys in that locker room that are playing well enough for us to win. And again, we have to make sure everybody is playing well enough to win at that point. And there is a cutoff point for me. There is.
So as you heard right there, that cutoff point is still remained anomalous. We don't know when the cutoff point, but at least we know if Dwayne Haskins continue to stink up the joint, he could be out of here by week 8 or week 9, maybe even week 6. So it's like, why? You know what I'm saying? It's like we want this guy to be successful, but if he continues to, progress or regress, I should say, then it's no point of him playing. But at the same time, it's like, why pull him? If we're at the bye week and we're in playoff contention and he's still playing horrible, then I can understand why you pull him, like a Kyle Allen or Alex Smith rather. But if we're going into the bye week like 1-9 or just 1-7, 1-6, 1-5, whatever the record is, and if it's not good, it's no point of putting Kyle Allen in there, because Kyle Allen is not going to be your quarterback for the future. Dwayne Haskins is supposed to be your quarterback for the future. So why not leave him in there? Let him get the experience, and if you have a big decision to make this offseason, is if he's going to be the quarterback of the future or not, if that time comes, and if this team is not in playoff contention by the bye week. So there's another soundbite that I want you guys to hear, and it's from the same exact show.
He's going to build a great program, and to me, you let Dwayne Haskins play this year. You see what you have in him. You decide if he is your quarterback of the future by letting him play, not sitting him on the bench. And we all want to see Alex Smith play. As you said, one of the greatest comeback stories in NFL history. We never even thought he would get to this point, and he has. We'd love to see him play, but I think as an organization, you have to know what you have in Dwayne Haskins, and I'm not sure they know yet. He didn't play very many snaps in college until his last year there. Then he played a bunch of snaps, and then he was on and off last year and looked really good in those last 6 quarters. And now this year you look at him, he has 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and his 6.2 yards per attempt is 30th in the NFL. So, they've got to figure out what they have in him. And I know the pet cat is Kyle Allen. He's not your quarterback of the future. You got nothing in him. He's going to be a backup for you from now on. He knows your offense. I don't see him playing. I think it's either Alex Smith or Dwayne Haskins, but I think you stick with Haskins. Even if you have a chance to win the division and you think one of those other quarterbacks is better, I think you take your lumps, as Ron Rivera said yesterday with Dwayne Haskins, and figure out if you need to go a different direction next year.
So as you heard right there, that's basically what I was saying. Yeah, I understand. If we're in playoff contention by week 8, week 9, and Dwayne Haskins is still playing horrible, then you pull him. But if we're bad, if we're out of the mix, and I know that's hard to say since we're the NFC least, and this team or any team that wins this division could possibly win this division 7-9, and that's very crazy to think. But you get what I'm trying to say here. If we're out of contention and it does not look bright, it's no point to put Kyle Allen there, and it's damn sure no point to put Alex Smith in there and have him possibly re-hurting his leg. So I just say thug it out with Dwayne Haskins. But like I said again, if we are in playoff contention, then you pull him if he's still playing bad. But Kyle Allen would not be any better. And that's my next topic that I want to get to. Kyle Allen would not be any better. So for all the people that's calling for Dwayne Haskins' job and calling for him to be benched for Kyle Allen would not be any better. And this is why I say that. Yes, last year he started off the season 5-2. Okay, we understand that. But he had Curtis Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, who is arguably the best running back in the league. Curtis Samuel, DJ Moore, Christian McCaffrey. He had weapons there. Here, all he has is Terry McLaurin. Literally, all he has is Terry McLaurin. He's going to be playing behind the same offensive line that Dwayne Haskins is struggling behind. He's going to have the same exact weapons that Dwayne Haskins has right now, and he's obviously not necessarily struggling, but he's missing the reads. So I guess you can say hopefully Kyle Allen can make the reads that Dwayne Haskins is missing, but at the same time, could you expect more? I mean, last year they started off the season 5-2 and then win a game after that. So that should tell you a lot about how Kyle Allen is. Yes, I understand Kyle Allen knows the playbook, but this guy is a backup in the NFL. It's no reason he should ever be a starter in this NFL or even for this team, rather. So I say maybe put him in the game if we're in playoff contention and Dwayne Haskins is still playing bad. Then you put him in the game. But if not, you stick it out with Dwayne Haskins. Let him finish the season. And if you're not comfortable with Dwayne Haskins going into 2021 season, then you draft another quarterback. But if you pull him, how do you know what you have in him? Guys, it's only been week 3. I'm pretty sure you guys don't understand. I'm pretty sure Ron Rivera doesn't know what he has in Dwayne Haskins just yet. Now, let me say something else here. Yes, I understand Dwayne Haskins is playing horrible. Shoot, I made a video yesterday saying how he played horrible, or Sunday when he played horrible. I understand that, and quite frankly, it's looking like he's not the quarterback of the future. And if he gets benched, I'm not going to be mad. I'm just telling you how I feel and what would be the better position depending on how we are at the bye week. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving him up to at least week 8. And week 8, and that's the perfect spot because that's where our bye week is actually. So we can come out of the bye week playing the Giants either with Dwayne Haskins at under center, Kyle Allen, or Alex Smith. Now, I said that because Dwayne Haskins, I just don't know. I honestly don't know. We're expecting him, and we want him to be the starting quarterback of the future, but it's certainly not looking like it. I mean, you go into yesterday's game with 0 interceptions, and you come out with, I believe, 3. So it's just, he doesn't look, in the second year, and I know a lot of people are going to say, well, it's because of COVID, and he didn't have any workouts or any proper off-season training. But in your second year, you're supposed to take a progression. You're supposed to show leaps. But Daniel Jones, Dwayne Haskins, and specifically because Dwayne Haskins is our quarterback, they are both taking regressions. They are both still doing rookie mistakes. Hell, Dwayne Haskins is doing stuff that I didn't even see him doing last year, that I expected him to make mistakes last year, considering the fact the predicament that he was put in. I'm seeing new habits dawn on him. Staring down a receiver, he was not doing that last year. Holding on to the ball, he maybe did that a little bit last year, but now it's like he's doing it every time. Forcing plays into double coverage, he did that a little bit last year, but you would expect him to get better this year. He still has the same rookie mistakes, and that's not good considering the fact that we want to see some type of progression. But with that being said, we're still hoping the best for Dwayne Haskins, but his time in DC is ticking. I don't want you guys to get that wrong with everything I said. His time in DC is very well ticking, and it very well can come to an end. And it would just be like another Ohio State quarterback failed. J.T. Barrett failed. Dwayne Haskins still remains a question mark. Justin Fields, who knows? But Dwayne Haskins, his time in DC is ticking, and the future is not looking bright for this kid as of right now. Now, hopefully, he can turn it around this week. This would be the perfect week for him to do it. Not only because it's against a top-tier team, but it will give you even more confidence because you did it to a top-tier team. Now, I'm going to say this. We're getting blown out on Sunday. I don't have my expectations high, especially with the Ravens losing. They are going to blow us out on Sunday. I would have very well rather the Ravens to win yesterday's game versus the Kansas City Chiefs so they could be happy and they could come in here and overlook us. And, remember the Titans was their motto all offseason. You remember what they did in playoffs? They forgot about the Titans. They overlooked the Titans. They were like, man, it's the Titans. We're going to blow them out. And they got smacked in the mouth. So I was hoping something like that was going to happen for us. Hopefully they have beaten Kansas City and they were going to come in here and try to overlook us. Man, this is the Washington football team. Man, RG3, how about you go out there and start? Obviously they weren't going to do that, but that is the kind of focus I wanted the Ravens to have on this game. But it's not going to be like that Sunday. They lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to be angry and they're going to come in here and obliterate us. So maybe next week isn't the perfect game to judge Dwayne Haskins off of. But as of right now, he's on a limb, so ain't no excuses for Dwayne Haskins. Either he perform or he doesn't. So with that being said, it's been boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe, hail to the Washington football team. I just want to come over here and say, Dwayne Haskins, his time is ticking in DC. He's officially on the clock. We all want him to pan out, but if he don't, do what you got to do. But I also want to come over here and say that Kyle Allen would not be any better. Let me know how y'all feel about this down below. As always, it's me, boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe, hail to the Washington football team. I'm out. Peace.